Hello friends, today I will discuss about budget structure. It's very important for exam point of view. Generally 1 to 3 questions were being asked in post-budget SSC and bank exams. I'll also make another video explaining about the complete budget expenditure of 2018. Let's learn first what is budget and how is its structure. Now what is budget? The budget is a statement of receipts and expenditures of the government for the financial year, that is from April 1 to March 31st. In Article 112 of our Constitution, annual financial statement is mentioned, which we also call as budget for the central government. Likewise, in Article 202 for state governments. These are two important points which you should remember. Article 112 and Article 202. One for the center and one for the state. Now let's move on to the structure of budget. I think before it, you should know what is an assets and what is liability, because these two terms are used in making the structure of budget. I'll explain this by giving a small example. Let there be two persons named Ram and Sam. Ram has borrowed 10 rupees from Sam. This 10 rupees is an asset for Sam, alright, but is a liability for Ram, because this is Sam's money and one day he will recover this 10 rupees from Ram. So for Sam it's an asset because originally it is his money, and for Ram it is a liability because one day he has to return it to Sam. Let you have borrowed 1000 rupees from a bank, okay. So now tell me, this 1000 rupees is an asset for whom and a liability for whom? Yes, this 1000 rupees is an asset for the bank because it is their money, and a liability for you because you have to repay this 1000 rupees to the bank after some year. I hope you are clear now about assets and liability. So let's now jump into the structure of budget. I will discuss it step by step by showing you the diagram. Now budget is divided into two parts, primarily receipts and expenditure. In receipts, money comes to government from various sources, and in expenditure, government spends this money for various programs. So in simple layman language, we can say receipt is something where money comes, and in expenditure money goes, right? These two are divided into revenue and capital. Revenue receipts and capital receipts. Revenue expenditure and capital expenditure. Let's first go to the revenue receipts. Revenue receipts is of two types. One is tax receipts, which can be direct and indirect tax, and another one is non-tax receipt like fees, fines, donation, etc. Now comes capital receipt. It is divided on two bases. Here the concept of asset and liability comes, which I explained in the beginning. So the first one under capital receipt is the loans taken by the government. Here money comes by loan, that's why it is under receipts. But we know taking loan is a liability for the government. And the second one is the selling of its shares. Here also money comes, but by selling share, government reduces its asset. Like recently government has decided to sell some shares of 50% of its oil company. Here money comes. Government will get money by selling shares, but asset of government owned oil company will reduce by 50%. So these are under capital receipts where money comes. Let's now go to the expenditure where money is being spent. First one is the revenue expenditure. Here neither there is any gain in asset or decrease in liability. Example, expenditure for salaries, expenditure for pension, subsidies, all these comes under revenue expenditure. And in the capital expenditure, now this one is a tricky part. So listen carefully. These are the expenditure where money goes, but in a long term it comes back. So it's create asset. Example, your expenses for your fixed deposit, LIC, deposits in national savings certificates, all in these you invest, right? Your money goes for now, but at a later point of time it comes back and increases your asset. That's the part of capital expenditure where government spends money to buy shares and spends money on those stuffs where it can mint money later. So this is capital expenditure. Now another part is, okay, you remember the Ram and Sam example that I said in the beginning, that Ram has taken 10 rupees from Sam. Now Sam is asking for his money back. So what Ram will do? He has to give that money back to Sam. This is where the liability reduces. This 10 rupees was a liability for Ram. Now he paid it back to Sam, so it has reduces its liability. Likewise, when government repay its loans, it comes under capital expenditure. Now all these expenditure can also be categorized under development expenditure and non-development expenditure. Development expenditure is where money is spent for education, transport, roads, agriculture, like this. And non-development expenditure is where money is spent for defense, subsidies, interest payment, all this. Expenditure can also be categorized like plan and non-plan expenditure. Plan expenditure is where money is being spent keeping in mind to achieve some targets like in improvement of healthcare, expenditure for agriculture, industrialization, power, transport, all this. And in non-plan expenditure, that money goes for relief operations and like relief for flood victims, earthquake victims, where money is spent for their food and construction of their houses. All these are non-plan expenditure. So this is all about the structure of budget. In the coming video of this budget special series, I will tell you about types of budget and budget of 2018 and some other videos related to some interesting facts about budget which you should know. Alright, this is Bisoi Satpathy from Happy Buzz signing off here by requesting you to please subscribe to my channel and keep supporting me. Thanks for watching, and please write your suggestion in the comment box and also download the PDF file that I made specially for you, my friends. Link for the PDF is down below. It has the diagram of budget structure which you can keep for your further reference. Thank you.